Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to see project planning and network analysis. Before starting any type of work, not only in construction, we should plan before it should be started. So the major constraints that most of the project faces are money and time. So we should plan to control the money and duration. So we should analyze the project by using some techniques which are CPM and PERT. CPM, which is critical path method, and PERT, project evaluation review technique. So what is a network? A network is a graphical or logical model or plan which lists out the sequence of operations that should be performed to control the project and complete their objectives. So next, rules for drawing a network. The first rule is a network will have only one initial node. Initial node will have only outgoing arrows. Here we can see the network. In this network, the network have only one initial node. The initial node have only one outgoings. Next rule, a network can have only one final node. Final node will have only incoming arrows. Here the network have only one final node. The final node will have only incoming arrows. Next rule, no activity can start until its tail event has occurred. Take an activity. Activity H cannot start until the tail event of that activity has occurred. So next rule 4, an event cannot occur until all the activities leading up to it are completed. So for example, the event 5 is a tail event for the activity N. The tail event 5 cannot start until the leading activity has occurred. Next, fifth one, no event can occur twice. Hence, network looping is not allowed. If the activity occurred twice, the network will be like this. The network doesn't have definite beginning and definite ending. It's not. The next rule is an arrow should represent a singular situation. The activity should represent a singular situation. Individuality and separability of each activity should be maintained throughout the network. Next rule, the network should be drafted such that all activities are completed. Should have all activities are completed to reach the end objectives. So next rule, all constraints and interdependencies should be shown properly on the network using dummies. So the interdependencies among the activities should be mentioned as dummy activity. Next, network logic should always be maintained throughout the network. We already see what is meant by network logic. Next rule, the time flow is usually shown from left to right. Duration of the activity has been shown from left to right, not right to left. So next, let me see an example in network analysis. Here what is given, in a small construction project, there are 6 activities identified from G to L. The following are the relationships between the different activities. So here the activity has been given from G to L. So we have to create a network by using the instructions given below. So first one, G is the first activity to be performed. The first activity is G. H and I can be done concurrently and must follow G. The H and I are the succeeding activity, G, whereas G is the preceding activity for activity H and I. Next, third one, H must precede J. J is the succeeding activity for activity H. Next, K must succeed I, but it cannot start until H is completed. So, I is the preceding activity for the activity K, but it needs the activity I needs the activity H. So here the activity I is dependent of activity H. So we have to create a relation. L is dependent upon the completion of both J and K. Here J and K are the preceding activity for an activity L. L is the end activity of the network. So here G is the initial activity. So the activity is represented by an arrow, and G is an activity. So here G is the initial activity. It is represented by an arrow and has an initial node, tail node. Next, H and I are the succeeding activity of G. The first one is G is the first activity to be performed. So here G is the first activity represented by an arrow, and it has a tail event. So next one is H and I can be done concurrently and must follow G. So H and I are the concurrent activity and must follow activity G. And next third one, H must precede J. H must precede J. So H is the preceding activity for the activity J. Next, fourth one, K must succeed I. The activity K must succeed I. K is the succeeding activity for the activity I, but it can start until H is completed. So the activity K needs the activity H and I. So create a dummy activity from the activity H. Next, last one. The last operation is dependent upon the completion of both J and K. So the activity L is the final activity of the network of the project. So it recruits the activity J and K. So this is the network. Next we have to mention the node number. So the activity G, which connects the node 1 and 2. 1 is the tail event and 2 is the head event. So next activity H, which connects the event 2 and 3. 2 is the tail event of the activity H and 3 is the head event of the activity H. So like that the event has been. So here we can see the network and the activity is mentioned. So here we have a final network. The node number has been mentioned from 1 to 6. The activity G has tail event 1 and head event 2. The activity H has tail event 2 and head event 3. Activity I has tail event 2 and head event 4. And the activity J has tail event 3 and head event 5. And the activity H K, it has tail event 4 and head event 5. And the activity L has tail event 5 and head event 6. Finally, we have a network for that.